Oh, I'm like, hi everybody. It's Ashley. I'm doing the show again. Um, Beatrice was here last night and kind of, had Tim going running ragged. So he's tired, just getting kind of burnt out. Didn't want to do it today, so he's resting. And yes, I get to be the lucky one to do it again. If Dee Dee sees this or watches this, I heard your comment or read your comments and showed it to me. And I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Because I thought I did terrible. I felt so uncomfortable and awkward doing it. And Tim's trying to get me to warm up to the idea. And again, it would be awesome, right? Like the people who make millions of dollars doing this crap. But I don't know. You got to have like a certain personality. And I just thought I sucked at it. So when you said that and I read that, it was so nice. Thank you. Hi, Ricky. Oh, wait. Your name's not really Ricky. You're somebody from California, but you're a girl, I think Tim might have told me. Hello from Washington, D.C. Star. What a great name. Hello. I've never been to Washington, D.C., but I really want to go there someday. My major is political science. Huge politics fan. Yes, politics itself. Well, politicians are just, it's awful, but I do like politics, and it's been my dream to go to Washington, D.C., so I'm very jelly of you. And Melanie, that's right, Melanie. Nice to sort of kind of talk to you, Melanie. I went a little over time last time, kind of just rambling on, talking about nothing, so I figured this one I'd kind of stick with Tim's sort of theme and let you guys ask me whatever it is you want to ask me. I'm an open book. I believe honesty is the best policy. There's a lot of people, especially in this small town, that really do not like me, but even the ones that hate my guts say that I do not lie. So any question you ask, I will give you a 100% honest answer. And I'll kind of just start off with that. We hate politics in DC. That's crazy. I would not have thought that. I love them. I think it's great. And, I noticed the more I learned about politics, the more actually depressing I got over it. It's really sad because people do go in with the intent that they want to change the world. They want to make the world a better place. And then they start to realize that you can't get anything done unless you give a little. And you have to give and sort of bend on your morals on things that you wouldn't normally do just to get anything that you want accomplished. And they end up selling their soul. So it kind of sucks. I think personally, our government needs just a complete revamp. It's in our Constitution. We have the right to tell them that they need to just close up shop and redo the entire system. But of course, that would take many people standing together and causing a big enough fit. And I just don't think that's going to happen. We have way too many people to get just that one opinion and just that one goal oriented. Everybody's got their own agenda. Tragedy of the commons, actually. One of the first things that I learned growing up in politics is tragedy of the commons. And it's stuck with me for all these years. But Tragedy of the Commons, I believe it was by Thoreau. It's that everybody will do what's best for the good of the whole until it becomes detrimental to the one. And then they will no longer do that. They will do what is better and most beneficial for themselves versus for the group. And it just comes with population. The more people that there are, the more hard it is for somebody to sacrifice their own for the good of the whole. And that there's no true altruism anymore, which it actually, that is kind of true, that the only true form of altruism that exists now in today's times is a mother's love. So, where are you from? I was born in Las Vegas, but I was raised mostly in Seattle. And I've been here in good old Burley, Idaho, off and on since I was 17. Actually, we got here on my 17th birthday, and our tire busted on the side of the road in the middle of a blizzard. And we had to wait several hours for our uncle to come and get us. And it's the worst birthday of my life. So I went from, places like Vegas and Des Moines, Iowa, and Seattle, Washington to Burley, Idaho. It was culture shock. My first week here, I went to school and I went to work. And then on my way home to work, there was a cow in the middle of the road and I couldn't get home. And I called my friend, bawling my eyes out. There's a fucking cow in the middle of the road. It won't move. And I just want to go home. I hate it here. What place has cows in the middle of the road? What is this? How do people live like this? It was miserable. But it has grown on me. Sort of. It's got its goods and its bads. How do I know Tim? I have a son with Tim's son, Aaron. My son's Asen. I think you might have seen him on there. Yes. Through his son, Aaron. We share a little Asen together. Biggest regret of my life. Tim's awesome. Obviously, he's a good guy, you know. Okay, hi, Kenny. I'm doing all right. I'm a little perturbed and upset. Yesterday was a really hard, rough day, and I'm trying to stay positive and bounce back from it today, but it's taking its toll. You know, I have 3 kids, single mom. I am not really able right now to work, especially with our daycares. Like with the daycares here, there's only so many of them, and there's like a 2-year waiting list. And so, you know, and then I've got my kids all at different ages who all go to schools at different times, and with just me working kind of hard. So yeah, I'm not able to work, and I have not gotten my taxes. I have not been able to get my stimulus because my taxes have not been processed. So we're hurting pretty bad right now. And Asen's dad, Aaron, got his got his stimulus yesterday. And instead of getting his son shoes for school or clothes or giving me money so I can get food or, you know, anything, he went to Jackpot with some random chick and blew all of his money. Broke my heart. I was devastated. And like I said, today I'm trying to just stay positive. He's not ever paid a penny of child support. Honestly, Tim has helped me out more with anything than Aaron has. He's just not a very, very good person. What's the biggest regret is getting with Aaron. I never should have gotten with him, period. He's just not a good person at all. Hi, Mel. I don't know who Mel. Oh, Melanie. Mel. Duh. Oh, crap. I lost the receipt that was in this thing. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to keep the receipt. Uh-oh. Oh, well. I got a gas voucher for one of my old teachers when I went to high school here. There's like regular high schools here, and then there's a an alternative school, and it's kind of for the, you know, the troubled kids. But when I first got here, in my younger years, was an addict, and I had dropped out of high school tons of times. And then my senior year, when I moved here, the way the credit system worked, I only had 12 credits, and you needed 48 to graduate. So if I would have gone to the regular high school, I would have been a super senior and had to do an extra year. So I decided to go to the alternative, and I busted my behind and ended up graduating valedictorian. I earned 36 credits in just 1 year and graduated on time. And the teachers there obviously loved me because they were, you know, used to having to deal with the troubled kids and the kids that are on probation. And then here I am, this kid that just, yeah, actually took things seriously. So I still maintain contact with a lot of my teachers, and they still help me out from time to time, giving me gas vouchers, food vouchers. They get clothes for my kids. There's like shop with a cop where your kids get to go shopping with the police officer and get like school supplies and stuff. And so anytime that they have funding and things like that, I'm one of the first people they call. So I get a lot of support and a lot of help from teachers that, yeah, I went to school like 10 plus years ago. God, it's crazy when I think about it. I graduated 2007. 007. That's nuts. I feel old now. God, I don't want to talk about that. So Tim's as nice as we think he is. Yes. Yes, he is. Tim, yeah. He's literally the only grandparent that is involved with my children besides my mom. I mean, my mom's the best woman in the world. She's awesome. I'm so lucky that I got her as a mom, because obviously seeing a lot of the people my age are, they're such terrible parents because our parents were such terrible parents. And it blows my mind because I had such a phenomenal mom that, like, I don't understand. And because I had such a good mom, I'm able to be as strong of a mom I am. I got lucky. But yeah, Tim's another one. I didn't always see him that way. There was one point in time that I wasn't a real big fan of him, and I don't think he was a real big fan of me, but we bonded. One of my old high school teachers, my lawyer. That's awesome. And see, that's what I want to do. Is I want to be a lawyer. This has always been my dream, except like my younger years. I wanted to be the first woman president. I even had a shirt that said first woman president, and would have been awesome. But you know, once you do certain things in your life, being a president is that option's not on the table. So yes, being a lawyer is my next goal. I have my associates in political science. When I actually got with Aaron and started dating Aaron and got pregnant with Ace, and I was working on my bachelor's, but because things with him and I were so terrible, I ended up having to put it on hold, and I have not been able to pick it up. I ended up, of course, getting pregnant again with my youngest, Davian, and so trying to, since then, get on my feet, be stable and consistent. My main focus is my children, and I've got to make sure that they are in a consistent, healthy environment before I try to tackle on finishing my bachelor's. But yes, once I finish my bachelor's, law school's next, and I'm going to be a lawyer, and I'm going to come right back here because this place is terrible. It's insane the crap that they get away with and things that they do to people. They ruin people's lives here. And they need to have a good, decent lawyer, because all the lawyers here, they're all chummy, buddy. You've got, public defenders that go golfing with, the prosecuting attorney, and they make more money pleading people out than they do, getting them off. So majority of the time, that's what happens. They get people to take these plea deals that they never should take, and, they don't fight for them. They don't take the oath seriously. And so I am going to come back here and I'm going to mop the floor with all these fuckers. I don't even care if somebody like ran over a dog. I'm fighting tooth and nail. Like, I am not letting them get away with that anymore. Good for you. Grandparenting is the world's greatest. Yes, it is, but I am a terrible parent. Oh God, I wish I was a good one. And it sucks so much. I was in tears last night, and I even said, like, how am I so terrible at the only job I've ever cared about? And it really does. It kicks your ass. It's hard failing as a parent. Mr. C is also the guy who made sure I got my mental health up to the hospital. Wow, it sounds like a really good teacher. Mom's the best cheerleader fan I have. She's my number one. Yeah, moms usually are. Well, I assumed that until I moved here. The biggest crime problem in this town is drugs. Meth is really, really bad here. But also, too, like, we're going to be probably the last ones to legalize pot. But even pot is, a big no-no here. It's a small town. There's not a whole lot to do. There's not a whole lot of programs like there are in bigger cities. And so these kids are all bored. And, majority of these kids their parents are still kids, and they're not raising them. They're not keeping an eye on them. They're not, checking in or keeping them busy. They just don't care. So these kids are left to run amok, and they just get in trouble doing, stupid little things. And I remember when I was a kid, and of course, running around with my brothers, I did a few stupid things here and there, but I remember the cops, taking us home and delivering us to, my mom and my stepdad and letting them deal with it. But it's not like that anymore. You do one dumb thing, and here especially, it sticks with you forever. You run across one cop, he's going to remember you for the rest of your life, and he's going to be keeping an eye on you. And right now, I'm having issues with my nephew with that, because he's always, I shouldn't say at the wrong place at the wrong time, because obviously his dumb ass is choosing to keep these people as friends, but his friends keep doing stupid shit, and he's right there with them, but like they went and busted out a bunch of windows. My nephew's he's slightly autistic, but he's got a heart of gold, and he just prides himself on never doing anything wrong. So he doesn't. He won't destroy property. He won't graffiti. He doesn't do bad things like that. But he is standing right there watching everybody as they do. So when everybody's getting caught and the cops are questioning them, he stands his ground, like, I didn't do it. He doesn't sell his friends out, but he stands his ground on that he didn't do it. And now the cops are just like, I don't believe you, because of all these things keep happening and your name's always coming up, and you expect us to believe that you're not ever doing anything. And so now he's marked, and they're going to keep their eye on him until he moves out of this place. And it sucks. Thank God you're not. Were you a user? Yes. I want to say I was 14 when I first got on cocaine, and then I had done so much of it and gotten so used to it that I ended up jumping into meth. And I used meth until my senior year of high school. I ended up quitting, and then I got back into it a little bit when I was 19, but luckily I was smart enough to know that that's just not the person I wanted to be anymore, not the life I wanted to have or be around. And so I quit at 19. And I didn't have my first kid until I was 21, so yay me, I never had to fight that battle. Well, pot is legal in DC and Colorado and California. I know even in Utah it is, but not here. And I had a vote going, I had a bet with everybody, because everybody's, oh, Utah's going to do it before, or they said that we would do it before Utah, and that Utah is, all Mormon and whatnot. And I was just like, no, Utah's a little bit more progressive. Idaho's just stuck set in its way with its hardcore Republicans who just hate everybody. It is the only drug I do besides a rare beer and a pack of cigarettes. Marlboro Red 100s. I smoke Marlboro Red 100s. Used to be Reds. I kind of switched it up. Always been Marlboro, but it's like Marlboro 27s, Marlboro Reds, Marlboro 100s, and Marlboro 83s. But right now I'm the 100s. Good that you're honest and own it. Again, honesty is the best policy. I don't know if you saw from the beginning, but I was going to make this one like an open question sort of thing. Any question you want to ask me, I do not lie. I don't like it. I don't know how to do it. I refuse to. I think lying is probably the worst thing a person can do, because you lie, people make decisions with their lives based off of that lie. And you could really fuck up somebody's life by one of your little white lies, which actually is what happened with Aaron and I. He lied to me, and had he told me the truth, we would not have a son, and I would not be anywhere near him. That's great. Your kids never. Oh yeah, no kidding. If I had been a user, I never would have been able to have kids. When I used, I was bad. It messed with my head super bad. I was fortunate enough to be in a situation where I never had to buy it. I had a friend who was a little promiscuous, and so she kind of always, volunteered herself, and I never had to worry about paying for it, so I never had to like rob anybody or, steal from anybody or do stupid crap to try to get it. And I was very fortunate and lucky in that aspect, but still I was very, very volatile, very angry, very aggressive. Just my head was so gone, suicidal. If I would have been like that trying to have kids, it never would have happened. I either would have gone and had an abortion or adoption, or like been crazy enough to be one of those women that like leaves them in an alley somewhere. There's no way I would have ever been capable of being a mom. And so yes, I'm super, super happy and relieved my kids never had to go through that. I have a few acquaintances here, I won't call them friends, but acquaintances here of moms who use, and majority of them have walked away from their kids and leave them, with the grandparents, or have them taken away by the state, and it's very upsetting. It's sad. I feel bad for their children. It's not fair. It's not right. And I'm just, yeah, I'm super relieved that my kids don't have to see that or go through that. I'm 4 years clean off. Congratulations. Good job. You should be super proud of yourself. That is an amazing feat. You know, meth is no joke. It's one hard drug. And I mean, I'm exhausted 24/7 as it is. I don't know how people could do it with children. Like, there'd be no way. There'd be no way. It's too hard. Normally, without adding that of trying to be clean, or, you know, if you're like detoxing or something. Ugh, caca. But yeah, sorry, Kenny K. If there's any question or anything that you want to ask, by all means, ask away. You will get a 100% honest answer. I'm sorry, I get a little when talking about being an addict. It was a really hard, rough, scary part of my life. We were living in Washington, and my mom, in her infinite wisdom, decided to move us out of the state to get me, you know, away from all my friends and all the people that I knew. And she moved us back to Las Vegas, of all places. And I probably, because I said that was my home and we never should have left. And I hated her for taking us from there. And so it was like her ditch effort to, you know, help me. And we ended up moving right next door to people who were making it in the garage. So, like, gotta, you know, yay, Mom, but oops. Message retracted. Oh, yes. Seriously, Melanie, 4 years is amazing. It's also something too that you realize it never truly goes away. Like, I always was able to maintain because I just didn't put myself around it. And, you know, if I knew people who did it, I just didn't go around them. I didn't hang out with them. I made sure that it was never around me, because I know that if I were to see it, I would. It's got that strong of a hold. It's literally something that you've got to choose every single day. And it's easy to choose when you're not around it and you don't see it and you've got other things. But I could honestly say that if I had seen it or been offered it, even now with kids and all the goals and plans and stuff that I have going on, it would all go out the window. It would go by. I'm not sure if any of the other ones are familiar with it, but it's one hell of a drug. Diane, who's this? I'm Ashley. I have a son with Tim's son, Aaron. And Tim was having to deal with Beatrice all night. And yeah, it was just, he's exhausted, irritated, frustrated. Didn't want to do it. So I'm doing it for him today. Hey, Antoinette! Hi! Oh, so hoping that you'd be out there. When Tim asked you to do it today, I was all like, oh, I hope Antoinette comes back on. I want to talk to her. I love that name, Antoinette. God, I love saying it. It's just so pretty. Antoinette. So regal. Ashley. Nice to meet you, too. Who are you, Diane? Sorry. Girl, I click so. That's what's up. Word. You're legit, Antoinette. Me and Antoinette, we just click. We just get each other. We're bonded now. She's legit. You're a regular on here? Yeah. Where are you from, Diane? I forgot that it's like a delayed sort of thing. I wonder, it's kind of weird. I wonder when I'm sitting here talking, like, for me talking, like how long it takes for you guys to get it, and then how long it's taken for you guys to respond. Iowa. What part of Iowa? I used to live in Des Moines. Actually, my brother lives in, I want to say Amos. Oh, Melanie, I know you're a regular because Tim's talked to me about you. Could you explain the situation with Tim and Beatrice for the first one is the channel. Oh, no, I don't think it's Animosa. I want to say it's Amos. Yeah. It's just right outside of Des Moines, it's not too far. It's the like, college town. It's where Drake University is. My little brother actually just graduated from Drake University. But yes, explaining Beatrice for you guys who aren't normally on here. Beatrice is a lunatic in every form of the word. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't like really know her life backstory, to be honest. Over the years that I've been here, I've always seen stories about her in the paper and like mugshots and whatnot. And just thought like, oh my god, man, this is just crazy. Then I come over to Tim's house one day and here she is. And after meeting her, holy crap, she's got some kind of screw loose in her head, but she doesn't make any sense. She's nuts, and I think possibly schizophrenic. Like last night, I was folding my laundry. I went to leave, and she's all, "Hey Ashley, we smoked him in the Vietnam, right?" And so actually we got our asses kicked, but yeah. And she's all, "Well, that's because Jackie Kennedy and Marilyn Monroe and they were just it was all because Jackie, and they were going after USMC Navy, which is they wanted to be the big ones and beat the USMC Navy." And I was just like, okay. And she's like, and it's because Jackie Kennedy and that bitch Jackie, she was cheating with my husband, and I told my husband, you know what, you guys go ahead, you can fucking have her. And so they did. And then I ended up beating her ass. And then I asked her, like, dude, what, are you some kind of man? Turns out she was. Kid you not, that's exactly what she said to me. And I just looked at her and I'm, wow. You know what? I bet you're right. I bet that's true. You gave me something to think about. I'm gonna go think about that. Have a good night. But that's the kind of crap that comes out of her mouth. There was one time I came over here and she had a note posted on the front door saying that my son was in the house being held hostage. And that's why my based issue with her is, and why I don't like her. Normally I'll be understanding of people that have mental issues, whatever. I'm not one to judge. I'll be kind, but not to her. Like, she brought my son into it, and then not only put his name on this paper saying that he's being held hostage inside his house, like just, and then the way that she talks to him sometimes, like this is his home, and she comes in here trying to raise her voice at him. I almost knocked her out. And had I not had as much respect for Tim as I do, I probably would have knocked her out. Des Moines is about 3 hours from Animosa. So wherever Drake University is, Melanie, I can know that one. Hey, Bumpus. Hey! Let's see. What has Tim said to you about me, Ash? Just some stuff that you've shared on here. That's uncomfortable. That you're on like the promiscuous side, and you like to, you don't have a filter. So you kind of like to share personal information that maybe doesn't shine the greatest light on you, but he likes you. He thinks you're cool, and Tim's all about an open book. But yeah, she could get Tim into trouble. She's had the cops here multiple times because of her shenanigans. What's her relationship to you guys? Tim likes to say that she's not, and there's not anything going on like that, but we're all adults here, so I would say it's strictly physical relationship for as long as he can tolerate her, and then she'll go and leave and then come back and do her shenanigans. You know, she's had the cops brought in here a few times for all sorts of crap, and they've dealt with her for years. They know who she is and what she's about, so it hasn't luckily caused Tim any issues, but it's not always going to be that way. Everybody knows that. Sooner or later, sticking your hand in a fire, it's going to get burned. Why was she in mugshots? Beatrice is crazy. Yes, Beatrice is crazy. She's been arrested for everything under the sun and stuff, for drugs and robbing the gas station for freaking alcohol and public intoxication, disturbing the peace, assault. Yeah, the list goes on and on. And like I said, I've lived here since I was 17, and that throughout the years, countless times. And she's been sent to like the mental institution that they have here a few times. And for some reason, they say she completes her program and they release her, and then she's right back at it. I'm sure maybe if she's stuck on medication, she might seem normal. I would assume so if they keep freaking letting her out. But yeah, maybe if she just stayed on her medication, she might be all right. But I've never gotten the opportunity to talk to her on medication. So, wow, big exposure to said they're not a thing. It is what it is. Like love-hate relationship. You know, Tim, in all the years that I've known him, has always been a little bit of a hermit, likes to keep to himself. And in all the years that I have known him, yeah, there's only one girlfriend, like actual girlfriend, and then Beatrice. So I know people, in their older years, you get lonely and you still needs that need to be met. So, that's what he's got to. That's what he signs up for, to combat that loneliness and to get those needs met. Then solid on you, Tim. I'm gonna go to TikTok soon. Okay, that's Tim's business, Ashley. Well, Tim gets to talk about my business on here, and then my defense. Tim's the one that tells me speak your piece, so he talks about me. I get to talk about him. Can't even let me. Can't be that much surprise to you guys. Tim's not a bad guy. He's just still trying to find a That's awesome. Fucking internet. I love you. You are my soul sister, man. Straight up. But exactly, everybody's got needs, and who am I to judge? I love Tim. He's an awesome guy. I don't think it makes him a bad person. You do you, buddy. Doesn't mean I have to like her, but it's Tim's house, so I will respect her as much as I possibly can while in his home. You don't think she's dangerous? No, she's dangerous. I mean, maybe not for the most part, but she checks out. There's times that she's, I don't know, when people say that they get so angry that they black out angry or they just see red. I've seen those moments with her, and she is very unstable. Somebody who's like that, who literally thinks that they're having, conversations with Jackie Kennedy, is somebody who could potentially do some real damage. Bye, Melanie. Dead. Wait, what did Diane say? I missed it. Oh, does this thing scroll up? Oh, okay. I'm not really good. Oh, I must have missed something. Must not have shown. Oh, you're right there. Sorry. It's okay, Kenny. No, you're good. It's all right. But he could put his nuts somewhere less volatile. Well, in Burley, Idaho, it's not like there's a whole lot of options. You gotta think it's probably nice for him because I don't know. For me, normal, level-headed gal. If I was seeing a guy and all of a sudden, he'd just be like, "Okay, well, time for you to go. Bye." I'm not gonna stick around for that. I'm not gonna like continue to go back to that. So he's kind of getting the best of both worlds because he gets to like tell her to kick rocks so he can go back to having his peace, and then when it needs time, there she is. Maybe it works for him for whatever reason. Yeah, no, I ain't judging. Tim's a fucking awesome guy, man. You do you, buddy. Thanks for the chat. Checking out from Washington D.C. Really enjoyed it. Ooh, namaste. I like that. I actually knew I dated this guy. His dad was a really hardcore Buddhist, like had a huge shrine room and everything. And I wouldn't say like a leader, I can't remember what the name of it is for Buddhist groups, but you have like a good 15 people in this room, and it wasn't the whole namaste, it was the Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and they would chant it for sometimes hours, and you just be in the room, watching TV, playing video games, whatever, and all of a sudden you just hear all these people loud as hell, going chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, and it's really cool too, though, because they would get into like their own little beats, and some would branch off, but it all kind of sounded the same. It was sort of like a musical orchestra, but with that chant. It's fascinating to me. Happiest people I've ever met. Like there's no shitting on their rainbow. I can't even tell you how much that guy has gone through in his life and the things that he has had to deal with, and he is the happiest person I've ever met. He's got, all about good karma, and he looks amazing for his age too. Holy crap. And I think probably because he doesn't stress over anything. It's insane. When's Tim coming back on? I think probably tomorrow. He didn't really specify. He's just, like I said, he's tired, burnt out. Things are kind of thrown out of whack a little bit. He's letting me stay here. He's letting Aaron stay here. He's kind of footing the bill. I do give him what I can when I get money, but Aaron has not given him a penny. And like I said, he got that stimulus, and he was supposed to help with the electric bill, and he went and blew it at the casino, and now we have no way to pay the electric bill. So Tim's stressed, and he's exhausted, and he's irritated. So I don't know. I'm thinking he's trying to pass the buck on to me, which is why I've had to do this twice now. But I don't know. Kenny, he's gonna get angry. Can't get rid of that. A conscious. I like that. Awesomely can be overwhelming. Healing. Is Tim okay? He's not answering messages. Yeah, he's okay. He's just stressed, tired, burnt out. Actually, we really enjoy you doing this. Thank you. This is only my second time ever doing this, and I feel really super awkward and uncomfortable doing it. I'm not a big fan of it. And again, if I knew I was going to make millions of dollars doing it, hell yeah, let's let me out. Sorry about that. Spam call. All right, 1 second, guys. Bus driver for my son. My youngest is 3 years old, and he starts school tomorrow, and his bus driver just messaged me to make sure we got the whole time set up. It's crazy. My kids, their school doesn't even start until 8:05 in the morning, yet the bus comes here and picks them up at 6:50 a.m. Insane. And you know what? The buses here pisses me off so bad. I remember when I was a kid and I got dropped off at the bus, like a bunch of us got off on the bus and we all walked to our houses. Not here. They stop every 5 freaking feet to let the kids off right in front of their house. So you're stuck behind this bus for like a good 45 minutes, which is totally unnecessary because this whole street, these kids could have all just gotten off at one stop and walked to their freaking houses. But no, let's baby them. Let's make sure that we stop every 5 feet right in front of their house. Ridiculous. Please come back. Tell him I'm asking for him. I like what, like right now, tell him you're asking for him because I can't. He's trying to nap, and I ain't gonna try to fuck with the sleeping Tim or trying to sleep Tim. I don't know if he's actually asleep, but he's trying. You're doing great. Thanks, Kenny. Yes, Ashley, please take up back. You're doing an amazing job. It seems natural. Yay! Bill Bailey. Oh, you agree. Thanks, Bill. Who are you, Bill? No, later? I will. I'll let him know. Next time I talk to him, Kenny, I'll give him a heads up and let him know that you guys are all worried about him. That's sweet of you guys. That really is. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie. When he started talking about all this, and he's like, and I've got fans, like people that care and really invested. And I'm thinking in my head, like, yeah, I'm sure, thinking he was full of shit, trying to make himself feel special. And I'm sorry if that makes me an asshole, but we all, I don't know, because I've never done this before, but I didn't really think people were invested like that. So to see that you guys really are is super, super awesome because, Tim is a good guy. And to know that other people care besides just me is super cool. And so I will let him know. Stop asking. No, it's not rude. It's understandable, especially because he's been doing this for so long. Everybody's just wondering what's going on. I'm one of the locals. Bill Bailey, you're a local? I guess the name does kind of sound familiar. I'm from Scotland and consider him that. Oh, okay, I didn't know why I didn't make that connection last time. He has talked to me about you. I don't know why or how I didn't make that freaking connection from last time I was on here. But yeah, you're awesome. Like what you have done, even the like small little amounts is amazing, and it helps them astronomically. You don't know, especially with us being here, like money is tighter than ever, and just thank you. It's not just, it hasn't gone to me. I'm just saying that it does help him immensely. And as somebody who's kind of, making it harder for him right now, and I feel terrible, and to know that there's people like you that do help, thank you. It makes it just a little bit easier for me. I work in Burley, but I live north. Scotland. So awesome. You guys are fantastic. Where do you work at? How we help? I'll be honest. Like, there's been a few times over the years that I've come to help him. I've paid his electric bill, I've paid his cell phone bill, I've brought him food and stuff, and so it's probably the reason why he was willing to help me being the spot that I'm in right now. But money it's super tight. It's super, super hard. Like it sucks. But if you were to ask me, I think running Aaron over with a semi-truck would help immensely because that is where a lot of our problems stem from. Tim will never say that because he is a good dad and he knows who his son is, but he is not going to badmouth him and he's not going to turn him away because that's what you do as a parent. That's your child. You don't give up on them. And bless his heart for being a good parent. But Aaron is Aaron, and he takes and takes and takes and leaves people in a hole until their life is almost practically ruined. And this is coming from somebody who had a brand new car and was en route for her bachelor's, who went from all of that, about ready to buy a house, to having no job, living out of an RV with her 3 children. So it's small dose of what Aaron can do to somebody. I think Bill might have gone. I was wondering who Bill Bailey is. I'm going to have to Facebook him or Google him just out of curiosity. This town's that small, you can do that. It really is small. Like, you can't even go into Walmart without running into 6 people that you know. And sometimes it's fun. Other times, like when you're in a hurry, the last thing you want to do is, run into the girl who's asked you to be back in high school. That sucks. Come on, Aaron isn't here to defend himself. Even if he was here to defend himself, he has no defense. Aaron is a NPD, which is, well, actually, I have to say he's a C NPD. He's a covert narcissist personality disorder. Stalker. Oh, okay. Stokes, what's in Walmart? Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. You don't have to say it on here. I heard Scotland is a good country. Scotland's a great country. Yeah, I agree with Scotland. Let's not talk about people's. Yeah, no, trust me. I'm an honest person. Honesty is the best policy. I will not lie about anything. And I would love to be able to say a good word about him. I would love to say that I would like to say something nice about him. There's just nothing that can be said. I know it's not beautiful and he's lovely, and you are all invited. I swear to God, I'm going to go there. It's on my bucket list. I'm going to go there. Scotland's a great country. Ireland, Greenland, places like that. They really seem to just get their shit and know what the hell they're doing, especially when you turn to taking care of their people. It's just, they're wonderful. I wish we could make the connection here of whatever it is that you guys are doing right there and, incorporate that here. Especially, honesty is the best policy. Right? See? Thank you, Dad. And trust me, I mean, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how any of that stuff works. And, but thank you. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. I'll just tell Tim later to try to figure it out. I'm in Glasgow. You're invited. So is Tim. Really? Okay. Glasgow. Why? I think that's mentioned in an ABBA song. Yes, I'm a huge ABBA fan. I watched this movie when I was a kid with my mom called Muriel's Wedding. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but she was this huge ABBA fan, and they just played ABBA music throughout the whole movie, and I just fell in love with every song. And my mom went on this trip once, and she brought me back an ABBA's Greatest Hits CD. And God, I kept that CD for years until, now we can download songs and whatnot, but ABBA all day, every day. And I'm pretty sure that they mentioned Glasgow in one of their songs. Ooh, London, I would love to. London's another one that I would love to go and see. Honestly, anywhere I would love to go see. I haven't been to very many places. I was out of the U.S. once, but that was in Canada. So, not saying that Canada isn't, beautiful, because it is, but it was on, I want to say it was Victoria, Canada. It was on my aunt and uncle's boat. We took a boating trip and went there and stayed there, and then we've gone to Whistler for snowboarding. And holy crap, it was super expensive, and it was those restaurants with the weird design thing on the plates, and the food's pieces this big. That was cool. So I've been to Canada, but let's see, in Florida, I went to Florida on a vacation once. I've driven through a bunch of states to get to Des Moines. When me and Aaron, one of the times that we'd split up, I ended up, packing everything and driving from here straight through to Des Moines, Iowa. That was fun. And let's see, I've been to Arizona, California, Oregon. So I've been places here, but I want to go out international. God, there's so many places I want to see, the 7 wonders of the world. I have a real fascination with the Bermuda Triangle. I want to do that as like my last hurrah, just in case something goes wrong and I disappear and then never found again. I want to do that in like my maybe late 60s, early 70s. And yeah, let's see. I can't. uh, Come to DC, you're all invited. I have an Airbnb. You can also. Really? 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 Because if that's really like, I know they're doing like all these sales and like tickets places are like super cheap right now. And if I had a place to stay for free, heck, I'd even drive my RV there with my kids because I want to go to DC so bad. Oh, I just cannot afford it. And that would be so awesome, Star. I'm getting all excited. I would love to see DC. I'm a huge history buff too. So, when I go places like here, I don't know if you guys have read the book Farewell to Manzanar, but it was about the camps that we had for Asian community during the war. Blew my mind when I found out about that. I was like, okay, so we pulled a Hitler, but nobody thinks it's bad. Like nobody made a big deal out of this. We all crucified Hitler, yet our country went and did the same thing. But anywho, there's this camp that was here in Idaho, and they still have some of the original buildings up, and like there's people that still like do tours and whatnot, and there's still like pieces and things that you can find out in the fields there. And when I found that out, that was like I immediately rushed there, and I don't know. I'm like a sissy Lala, but I mean I bawled my eyes out because just thinking about all the people that were there and everything that they had to go through. Like I'm so into the historical things of anything, like the stories that this one little brick can tell. The people who have passed through here. We even have like this rinky-dinky little museum. It's literally like a one bedroom, one story little house museum. It's so hilarious. And they have crap in there like typewriters and those like the first telephone kind of thing. It's so funny. But there is a piece of the train that took John Wilkes Booth's body, around the world. And I guess I can't remember. That's probably from the drugs as a child, but I don't know if they did Lincoln too, so people could say goodbye to him or mourn him or whatever. But that a piece, one of the carts from that train is here, and that one got a huge reaction out of me too. Just standing in there, knowing like all the people who had walked through that train at one point in time, and that it had carried John Wilkes Booth's body. It's insane. It's so cool. So awesome. Nope, never Minneapolis or Minnesota. Yes, that is Tim coughing. I didn't know you guys could hear that. Wow, that's insanely good hearing. My daughter lives in Minneapolis. I only know of Minneapolis because of the movie The Mighty Ducks. I think everybody was from like Minneapolis, Minnesota. Kind of one of those places. For me, that's like Fargo. You hear about it, you're curious, but you don't think you'll ever go. Should. What about Prince? Like the artist Prince? Not a fan. I think the only I see. I didn't know that. I did not know Prince was from Minneapolis. The most attention Prince got from me was on this Chappelle show when Dave Chappelle was making fun of him. I thought, yeah, like Prince was weird, like he had some issues. He's kind of like a calmer, not as out there Michael Jackson, but with the fascination of purple. I don't know, just never liked him. Kind of always rubbed me the wrong way. That's what I hear. That is what I hear. Again, not somebody that I've followed or paid too much attention to, so I don't know, like if he wrote his own music or played all these instruments or anything. But he's no Phil Collins, okay? No, Phil Collins is a genius. That guy, like, he can do no wrong. Music, all of it. Even my kids love Phil Collins because of Tarzan. Like, that guy plays everything, writes everything, sings everything. You can't name somebody else who's up there with Phil Collins, and then, if you're saying Prince is up there with Phil Collins, I have to disagree. Purple Rain. Oh, okay. I know Purple Rain, and sorry, I was getting an itch on my foot. Okay, I know Purple Rain and Doves Cry. Yeah, they're good songs. They're, yeah. I'm sorry. I like all kind of genres of music. I will listen to anything. I'm not a huge fan of rap. I just, or like that heavy metal scream rock. Doesn't mean that I still don't occasionally listen to it. I'm more about the lyrics and the feeling that I get while listening to the song. That's what I respond to. I mean, I'll listen to a song from, today's times if it responds that well within me, and I still listen to songs from the 90s. My main station that I have on in my car, though, is Christian. I do listen to a lot of Christian music. It is probably my top fave. It is beautiful. It puts me in a great mood, but I get a lot of crap from a lot of people. They say I'm hypocritical and that they don't like listening to that music. So it makes them feel guilty. But I, it's about the lyrics. It's about how it makes you feel. Music is meant to invoke an emotion. It's just beautiful. Little Red Corvette. Oh, my mom loves that song, and her dream car is a little red Corvette. I wonder why I never made that connection. He played 12 instruments. Prince played 12 instruments? Really? Now I feel kind of bad. Maybe. Like I said, I did not follow him or know really anything about him other than the crap Dave Chappelle said on the show when he was making fun of him, and it was hilarious, by the way. I know Prince isn't rap. Country is more my style. See, country is my one. Wow, I think you don't like black music. I did not know there was such a thing as black music. I just thought music was music, but sure. Well, the music is way better. See, Phil Collins is a genius. Scorpions, Still Loving You. Prince wrote Little Red. Holy cow. Cute. Dark Flames 64. You're somebody new. I don't know if you're regular on here, but thank you. I'm not Tim. Prince wrote 19. Oh, that like song "We're Gonna Party Like It's 1999." It's okay. See, I do know these songs, of course. Like we all grow up listening to them and hearing them in movies throughout the years, and like they're fun, catchy, but I mean, do they really invoke any, strong emotion out of you other than yay? I like stuff that I like powerful emotions. I like songs that are gonna make me cry, or songs that are, gonna change my life, or songs when I'm on the edge of completely giving up and I hear that perfect song that reminds me, like, don't quit, get your ass back up, that kind of stuff. Or, like when you're having a really bad breakup and that song that's just like, yeah, fuck him. And sorry. I try not to curse. Let's see. Okay, don't go there, star. It's nothing to do with color. I'm from Burley too. Who are you then? Yeah, I'm a regular, just an actor. A musical legend like Mick Jagger, if they like Prince. I think Mick Jagger is really weird looking. Right word, like That comment really confused me. Mario, what is going on? You're a famous YouTuber, Dark Flame. Oh, I'm assuming with the smiley face you're being sarcastic. So, but Mario, hi. I don't know who you are either. Tim's just not feeling well, tired, stressed, and just didn't have it in him to do this today. I'm Tony. Tell Tim I said hi. I will do that, Tony. But Kenny's first. Rolling Stones. Rolling Stones was pretty good. They've got a couple out there. I like, oh God, what is, I'm having the worst time trying to remember their name. Queen. Yes, I'll say Queen. I like them. Their songs get good reactions on me. Ashley, check out Chris Stapleton, Fire Away. Is that like a newer song? Or is that country? I will check it out. Most definitely. Just kind of curious. Oh, he's also a Nintendo fanboy. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, I don't know who that is. The only time I'm on YouTube is YouTube Music, and I'm just kind of like jamming out, trying to clean, because I cannot clean without music on. I mean, I'll make an effort, but it doesn't last very long. So YouTube is not something that I'm on. I don't watch videos. Well, that's not true. When I'm working on the RV and I can't, figure something out and I need help, I'll go do a YouTube video to try to show me how to fix it. Because I'm the kind of person that learns, like, you can explain it to me all day under the sun. I'm not going to get what you're saying. I've got to see it, read it, do it. You don't know him, Ashley. Where have you been? Are you guys messing with me, or should I know him? I feel like you guys are fucking with me. God, sorry for dropping F-bombs. And again, try not to curse in front of people I don't know. I say cursing for, my friends and whatnot. Not that I think it's bad to curse. I just find it disrespectful if you don't know the person and the kind of company they prefer to keep. So, don't curse in front of people unless you're best buddies. Ashley, tell Tim I hope he feels better soon. I will do so. I hope everyone's been doing okay. Yes. Have to go. Nice meeting Ashley. Bye, Diane. It's nice meeting you. Thank you. No, but okay. What? Oh, I need to write this down, otherwise I'm going to forget. Okay, you said Chris Stapleton. What? Fireaway. Chris Stapleton. Fireaway. All right. I will actually listen to it on the way to the store to get stuff for dinner. I'm making chicken teriyaki. Any friend of Tim's is a friend of mine. Thank you. I'm a huge best buddy with Tim. I'm beloved. What can I say? I'll just have that effect on people. We're just kidding you, Ashley. Okay. Nice meeting you, Dark Flame. See, I'm gullible. Kenny, you have no idea how freaking gullible I am, dude. People tell me the most dumbest outlandish crap, and I believe them right off the bat because I'm just gullible. I just assume that everybody's as honest as I am, which really, after enough experience, I should know better. Very good song, and the video will make you cry. Oh, is it country? And Dee Dee, if you go back to the beginning of the video, I specifically mentioned you and said thank you for your comment, because that was just awesome and it made me feel so good. And holy crap, it's already 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, guys. I am actually gonna have to. I just realized my makeup's all. But I've got to get going at 6 o'clock. I've got to make my kids dinner still, and we haven't gotten to their homework yet. And again, the bus comes at 6:50 in the morning, so we're usually up anywhere from 6 to 6:30, and I'm exhausted. So I am gonna let you guys go, so I can go back to the awesomeness of parenting. Thank you, Dee Dee. Thank you so much. And bye, Kenny and Antoinette. Man, again, love you. You are so cool. You guys have a good night. And if I'm on again, I don't know. I'll probably talk to Tim, but I'll let him know that you guys all said hi. Okay? Good night, everybody.